ready for some football, some Texans Today party?
Welcome into Texans Today. I'm your host, Jeremy Chuggs, and we had ourselves a roller coaster ride in this wild card matchup, but 3 straight years, 3 straight wild card wins for D'Amico Ryan, CJ Stroud, and the Houston Texans. I'm not going to lie, wasn't pretty. The Texans were winning 7-6 at halftime, but the defense proved again why it is the number 1 defense in the NFL and a generational unit as it stands right now after this Pittsburgh win. This is the lowest amount Aaron Rodgers has ever scored in a playoff game, 6 points. All came in the first half, 17 of 33, 146 yards, 1 interception. Jaylen Warren, 12 carries for 43 yards. CJ Stroud, 21 of 32, 250 yards, a touchdown, 2 fumbles and a pick. That's part of the shakiness that we'll discuss here in a moment. Woody Marks had himself a fantastic day, and all I got to say is, if you're pumped after this game, if you're feeling a little juiced, and I know, like I said, it wasn't the prettiest game, but hell, the Texans got it done. They made plays when they needed to, and this defense bowed up and showed why all of us believe the Texans can make a generational run in this playoff right now. Go down, hit that thumbs up icon if you're pumped after the Texans win, because, like I said, it was dominance. In the second half, dominating football by the Houston Texans. If you take away the turnovers, in reality, the Texans really kind of owned the Steelers in this game. And the Texans, they got 2 takeaways in the second half of their own. 408 total yards by the Texans, 6.2 yards per play compared to 3.1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3 takeaways by the Steelers, 2 fumbles and an interception, but the Texans got a fumble recovery for a touchdown and a pick 6. Both their takeaways leading to touchdowns for this Texans defense. The Texans defense actually outscored the Steelers by themselves. Third down percentage. This is where the Texans defense really flexed. 14.3% for the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of their third down percentage. The Texans, 66.7%. The penalty yardage favoring the Steelers, but overall, this Texans team in the second half, I know it wasn't pretty, and CJ Stroud made some boneheaded plays. They dominated Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on Monday night in the cold. So however Steelers fans want to console themselves, just know you had everything going your way. It was cold. It was Monday night. Did not matter. Now, we do have to discuss CJ Stroud. Because, man, it was rough. This is the tough thing when it comes to Stroud. When you look at the numbers, not horrible. 21 of 32, 250 yards, a touchdown, a pick. Those 2 fumbles really hurt us in the first half, an 86.7 quarterback rating. But, man, dude, like, you're out on Stroud. You're like, dude, I can't take it. We got to bench him. And then he throws a dot to Christian Kirk down the field. I mean, into the first half, he overthrows Nico Collins, but first drive of the second half, he's dotting up the defense. And it's like, dude, I can't lie. It is mind-numbing. It is frustrating, but I still believe, man. I still believe in Stroud. I know it sounds crazy. I believe he can take this team far. And that I will say, you know, his contract extension this offseason is going to be very interesting because do I think he deserves to be a top 5 paid quarterback? No, I do not. But CJ Stroud and his representation would probably argue the other side of that. He gets it done, man. He gets it done, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty, but you can call me crazy. I still believe CJ Stroud's the guy, and we could still go on a run with 7 at quarterback. Now, one of the MVPs of this game, Christian Kirk. 8 receptions, 144 yards, a receiving touchdown, 18 yards per reception. Had an insane diving grab in the first half, and then had a touchdown in the first half. Had multiple great plays. I mean, this is making I almost said Howie Roseman. This is making Nick Caserio look like one of the best GMs in the NFL by picking up Christian Kirk for a bag of rocks. I mean, when the lights were the brightest, Kirk showed up to play, and that could be big if Nico Collins isn't able to go because he left the second half with a concussion, had to be taken off with the golf cart We'll have to see how he progresses if he passes concussion protocol. Woody Marks, have yourself a day, man. The rookie stood up, man. 19 carries, 112 yards, a rushing touchdown, 5.9 yards per carry. Woody Marks, have yourself a day. He said before this game, you make your name in the playoffs. He did just that, man. He did just that. And the defense, I mean, what can we say? Will Anderson Jr., 3 tackles, no tackles for loss, a half sack, but the dude was everywhere, making plays. Sheldon Rankins had himself a scoop and score, 2 tackles, a tackle for loss, 1.5 sacks, 2 quarterback hits, and he had that touchdown going off the Will Anderson Jr. sack. Danielle Hunter, have yourself a day. 1 sack, 2 quarterback hits, a tackle for loss. This unit, even if they didn't get home every time on Aaron Rodgers, they were able to bat down balls at the line of scrimmage. They were able to make him throw the ball away. They were able to force intentional groundings by Rodgers. And this defense, like I said, gave up 6 in the first half, 0 in the second half. It got so bad that Rodgers sat out the final drive for the Steelers, said, nah, I'm good. I'm done with this game. 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 2 takeaways, 2 for 14 were the Steelers on third down. Like, this defense stood up. And Jalen Petrie, Kamari Lassiter, this entire Azeez Al-Shire, I could just name everybody on the defense, had themselves a day up against the Steelers. So I got to know down below, if you had to grade this Texans performance overall, A, B, C, D, or F, what are you giving the win? What are you giving the win? I mean, it's a win. You won by 24. I don't think you can give it anything less than a B. Let me know down below. What would you grade this Texans performance, A, B, C, D, or F? I'm giving it a B. If it wasn't for the turnovers, it's an A. You go into Pittsburgh, you absolutely dismantle them, win by 24, the defense takes over. I mean, what more can you ask for from the defense? It's an A++ from the defense. The offense, I mean, say what you will, they were able to move the ball, and if it wasn't for a couple dumb mistakes, this team wins by maybe more than 24. They probably win by 30, maybe 35 in this game. So I'm giving it a B just because, like I said, you made some dumb mistakes. You made some dumb mistakes, and that luckily didn't come up to bite you in the butt, but you get a win. Survive in advance, and that's all you can ask for. Coming up, we're going to talk about the Texans matchup this week and when the Texans are playing, because the schedule's already out for the divisional round, and Texans can exercise some demons this week. Before I get into that, got to go to our sponsor, our friends over at Prize Picks. It's a new year, right? New year, and maybe you're starting a new routine, making player picks for the first time, trying something new. It can be hard, but in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right with high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend, elite hoops action every night. The action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. There's a new feature. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even starts. Get in on the action in all 50 states, and I won my Prize Picks lineup. With Kalen Bullock at the end, he won me my lineup. I had Rodgers interception. That happened. C.J. Stroud passing touchdown. That happened. Jaylen Warren, after the first half, I thought I was cooked. He had this dude was getting everywhere in the first half. 53.5, he went less. And then Will Anderson Jr. got the half a sack, so we got the more on that. Able to make some money just like that with our friends over at Prize Picks. Get started today with America's #1 fantasy sports app out there and join the millions of users and sign up today. Make sure to use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Now, the matchups are set, and we have who we're playing. We know when we're playing. And, guys, I am freaking excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. I'm ready because the Texans face off against the New England Patriots 3 o'clock Eastern time, so 2 o'clock Central, Sunday, up against the New England Patriots. We just got to change that. But, man, I'm ready. This is going to be quite a banger of a weekend. The lineup is already set. We got Bills, Broncos, the early game on Saturday, and then 49ers against the Seahawks, the late game on Saturday. Texans up against the Patriots, and then right after our game, we got Rams up against the Bears. But, Texans going up to Foxborough. As I mentioned, you could face a lot of demons doing this game, right? The last time the Texans played a playoff game in New England, we all know what happened, right? The infamous Letterman jacket game. And yeah, it's nothing the same, right? Texans don't have J.J. Watt. The Patriots do not have Tom Brady. So it's two entirely different teams. But still, for a team that in the Houston Texans that try to model a lot of what we do after the New England Patriots, it's going to be quite the matchup. And the Patriots, they beat the Chargers this past week 16-3. The offense was okay for New England. The Chargers' offense was horrendous. And dude, yeah, our Patriots guy already said the Texans aren't scoring anything on the Patriots defense. I think the Steelers' defense is better than the Patriots' defense. So I'm excited to see this matchup, and if the Texans, if their defense can do what they did last year to Drake May, his rookie season. Remember, Drake May got his first start up against the Texans his rookie year, and if you don't know, you can go back and watch those highlights. You can go back and see how the Texans played up against Drake May, and I'll give you a spoiler. They were able to get to him a lot in that game. Danielle Hunter with a strip sack, and they were able to get after Drake May in that game. Let me know down below, how do you feel playing the New England Patriots going into next week? Let me know down in the comments section, because me personally, I like the matchup. You're going to Foxborough. You're going to play another young quarterback in Drake May. We're talking about C.J. Stroud and all the mistakes he made. People aren't talking about Drake May as much. He had 2 fumbles in that game up against the Chargers. And obviously his team won as well. C.J. Stroud made a couple mistakes up against the Steelers. But you're telling me which team has the better defense? It's the Texans. And I think if you can hold the Patriots under 14 points, just like you did the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game, I feel great about this matchup going forward. I feel good about this Texans team's chances. And after how this defense played tonight, they're going to prove once again why they're the best defense in the entire National Football League. All right, that's all I have for you on this show, folks. If you made it to the end, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 45,000. Make sure you go down, hit that sub button for free Texans content all year long. We're going to be giving you videos all week, so make sure to tune in, turn on your notifications, make sure stay updated here on Texans Today.